Is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes a roaring success? Well, it certainly is. In Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar's story is a blend of two classic tales. He starts as a victim, however, Caesar's journey also mirrors that of Spartacus, the famed rebel slave leader. The film goes into the ethics of animal testing, adding a layer of political commentary. It's a sequel that packs a punch, much like its predecessor, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, from 2011. Drawing inspiration from the iconic 60s and 70s ape films, it transforms classic visuals into epic, modern dramas. The movie is about an ordinary ape discovering his extraordinary abilities and leading his fellow apes in a revolution against their human oppressors. Set in the Northern California forest, the story is both epic and intimate, focusing on Caesar's evolution and the strong emotions that drive him. So, what sets this movie apart? Let's take a look. One standout feature of this movie is its ability to anchor every event in Caesar's character. This makes the film surprisingly intimate and emotionally impactful. Like iconic characters such as King Kong or Dumbo, Caesar becomes a figure you deeply empathize with. You feel his pain and root for him as he fights for his rights and those of his fellow apes. In the sequel, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar's story evolves as the film explores the aftermath of the revolution. The initial excitement and idealism of rebellion have faced. The harsh realities of survival and coexistence come to the forefront. Caesar and his fellow apes have established a settlement in the forest amidst the ruins of human civilization, devastated by the simian flu. In Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the story gets really interesting. It's not just about humans versus apes anymore. Now we see conflicts brewing within the ape community itself. This adds a whole new level of excitement to the movie as we wonder what direction the apes will take in their evolution. The introduction of a small group of humans, led by Gary Oldman, Jason Clarke, and Kerry Russell, adds more excitement to the narrative. These humans approach Caesar with a request to reactivate a dormant hydroelectric plant in the forest. Their goal is to restore power to a few hundred plague survivors living in San Francisco, who are struggling in a primitive existence. They assure Caesar that their intentions are peaceful and focused on rebuilding society. This request deeply troubles Caesar, sparking internal conflict and driving the plot forward. The film then navigates the balance between humans and apes, the complexities of trust, coexistence, and the consequences of past actions. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes has sparked some interesting interpretations, with a few critics viewing it as an allegory for a lot of the conflicts happening around the world today. It also nods to post-Vietnam westerns, where we've seen isolated groups like European settlers and Native Americans struggling for control of territory, often torn apart by internal strife, a theme that resonates deeply in the film. Caesar, the charismatic leader of the apes, is hailed as a revolutionary figure, embodying the struggle for simian independence. However, what sets Caesar apart is his surprising empathy for humans, a trait he inherited from his human father, played by James Franco in the previous film. This compassion is further fueled by personal tragedy, as Caesar's wife's injury during childbirth leaves her in need for human medication for recovery, making him reluctant to resort to violence. As the story unfolds, Caesar's inner struggles become a powerful symbol for two groups, both of intelligent mammals fighting for control on a global scale. The film cleverly blurs the lines between apes and humans, showing how their conflicts mirror each other. A unique silent film technique is used to highlight the different approaches to conflict resolution. One side seeks diplomacy and understanding, while the other is aggressive. Caesar's internal conflict is mirrored in Koba, a former loyal follower who now sees Caesar as weak and betraying their kind. This dynamic is also reflected in the human characters, with Malcolm embodying Caesar's compassionate leadership and Dreyfus representing a more uncompromising stance. Director Matt Reeves, known for films like Let Me In and Cloverfield, brings a Spielberg-like sense of wonder and excitement to the film. He blends humor and suspense, keeping the audience engaged throughout. The script, written by Mark Bomback, Rick Jaffa, and Amanda Silver, presents a complex allegory that allows for various interpretations. While some criticize its treatment of gun themes, the script excels in portraying the motivations of its characters. Despite its flaws, such as a typical blockbuster climax and underdeveloped human characters, the script shines in its portrayal of moral ambiguity. Each character, whether ape or human, is given depth, making their decisions relatable and understandable. As the film builds towards its climax, It challenges audiences to consider the nature of conflict and empathy, leaving us to wonder which side truly holds the moral high ground. Fans of Andy Serkis' incredible performance in Rise of the Planet of the Apes will be amazed by his portrayal of Caesar in Dawn. In this film, Serkis takes us even deeper into Caesar's character, showing his complexity. Caesar's character is fascinating. He has the energy of a 1960s samurai warrior, and Serkis' performance makes us believe in Caesar's strength and leadership. Despite this, Caesar also hides his true feelings behind a mask of strength, showing us that there is more to him than meets the eye. Koba also wears a mask and uses deception to manipulate humans. Overall, Serkis' performance in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is incredible. He brings Caesar to life in a way that is both captivating and believable, making us care deeply about his character and the world he inhabits. In Dawn, Caesar faces the challenges of leadership, dealing with the impending violence and power struggles. The film's theatrical style, along with its haunting score, creates a cinematic experience like an epic mob drama. If Rise was like The Godfather, focusing on the rise of a leader, as Dawn is its sequel, akin to The Godfather Part 2. This sequel explores conflicts within and between human and ape factions as they fight for survival and control. The relationships between Caesar, Koba, and Blue Eyes are at the heart of the story. Caesar is like the wise leader, while Koba is more aggressive and fearful. Blue Eyes, caught between these two influences, represents the future of the ape civilization. What's cool about this movie is how it portrays Koba. He's not just a bad guy, he's got real reasons for his actions. He's been through a lot, including human experimentation, which has left him scarred and angry. His fear of humans regaining power and dominating the apes adds a thrilling element to the story. As the movie unfolds, it explores big ideas like leadership, cooperation, and the price of peace. Whether you're a fan of the series or just looking for a fun and engaging movie, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is definitely worth watching. Andy Serkis is a true master of motion capture acting, but unfortunately, the Academy has yet to recognize his incredible talent with an individual performance award. They seem more concerned with whether digital makeup should count as acting, and perhaps a bit worried that visual effects designers might replace actors altogether. However, Serkis' contributions to motion capture acting are undeniable. His portrayal of Caesar in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a testament to his skill. This time, Caesar can speak, but Serkis doesn't rely solely on dialogue. He uses facial expressions and body language to convey emotion just as powerfully as his words. This multi-dimensional performance is what sets Serkis apart. While other actors like Jake Sully in Avatar may not have left as lasting of an impact, Serkis' portrayal of Gollum in the Lord of the Rings trilogy is still remembered fondly. Toby Kebbell, while not as closely associated with motion capture, delivers a standout performance as Koba in Dawn. Koba's character is driven by deep-seated hatred rooted in justifiable pain, and Kebbell portrays this complexity with his own twist to it. Despite Koba's descent into more one-dimensional villainy, as the movie progresses, Kebbell's performance remains compelling. Both Serkis and Kebbell succeed in finding the humanity within their ape characters, making them relatable and engaging. Watching Dawn, one can't help but appreciate the seamless integration of visual effects with their performances, making us curious about how the two elements complement each other. The team at Weta has truly outdone themselves with Dawn. The film showcases their most impressive work yet, with the apes rendered so realistically that it's often impossible to distinguish them from the real animals. What sets Weta apart is its commitment to ensuring that the animation always complements the actor's performance. While the overall animation is stunning, there are moments when it falls slightly short. For example, the character Blue Eyes of Thurston sometimes appears confused, which can make it challenging to fully connect with his performance. However, even these weaker moments, the CGI remains impressive and never feels like a crutch. Blue Eyes eventually becomes a symbol for the larger conflict and finds his place as an individual, adding depth to the story. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is not your typical summer blockbuster that leaves you cheering as you exit the theater. Instead, it's a film that stays within you, leaving a lasting impact on the audience. Well, what did you think of the film? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for more engaging content, and thanks for sticking by till the end. See you next time!